I've harped on this issue many, many times, and the basic situation is that Obama lied to get in office. He lied when he said he was against mandatory health insurance, and he just fooled everybody, and he's still fooling everybody. And it's about time we start to put this gentleman into proper perspective.
Senator Clinton has a different approach. She believes that we have to force people who don't have health insurance to buy it. Otherwise, there will be a lot of people who don't get it. I don't see those folks. And I think that it is important for us to recognize that if, in fact, you're going to mandate the purchase of insurance and it's not affordable, then there's going to have to be some enforcement mechanism that the government uses. And they may charge people who already don't have health care fines or have to take it out of their paychecks. And that, I don't think, is helping those without health insurance. That is a genuine difference.
Obama is a liar, the biggest liar.
A force. A force.
Oh, if they ever heard the way that psycho really talks.
The Massachusetts Universal Health Care experiment has proven much more costly than projected.
I own them. They think like I do. But they're even more stupid than I am. So I gotta think for them.
The Massachusetts Universal Health Care experiment has proven much more costly than projected. What?
You know what the public's like, a cage full of guinea pigs.
Good night, you stupid idiot. Good night, you miserable slob.
There are a lot of trained seals. I toss them a dead fish and they'll flap their flippers.
Well,
He's a monster. I'm going to call the station up and give him a piece of my mind.
Well, thank you, Jack.
And Joseph Kennedy of Dedham, a businessman running as an independent. Welcome to all three of you. We're glad to have you here. The Massachusetts Universal Health Care experiment has proven much more costly than projected. What lessons have you learned from our experience here with costs that you'll share with Washington to avoid similar problems? Mr. Brown.
We must vote Chris Carney out of office.
1 minute.
John, first I want to thank you for having us here tonight. And the truth of the matter is Massachusetts has one of the costliest, if not the costliest, health insurance premium for an individual in America today. We are experiencing the greatest price inflation of any state in the country. We have to receive subsidies from the federal government to keep everything going. We have lots of middlemen that are responsible for payment back and forth when somebody goes to get care. Very rarely is an individual actually paying the doctor that they're seeing. It's going through multiple insurance companies, different brokers, and that's inflating the costs dramatically. If we're going to bring some information to that, we have to start to address cost first. And we should have addressed cost first. We should have taken tort reform into consideration. We should have ensured that people aren't getting treatments that they don't need to ensure that there's no additional litigation. And that's what we should bring first. Put costs first.
All right. Thank you very much. Rebuttal. Go ahead.
We have to vote Robert Casey out of office.
Massachusetts has one of the costliest, if not the costliest, health insurance premium for an individual in America today. We
vote the turncoat Arlen Specter out of office. He's no damn. These are the three thugs that we have to vote out of office. Arlen Specter, traitor, Robert Casey, and Christopher Carney. All of them sold out your constitutional rights. Not all is lost, however. There is a very courageous and outstanding State Representative Matt Baker of Pennsylvania, who is working on the Freedom of Choice Health Care Act in Pennsylvania, guaranteeing the people of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania the right to either buy or not buy any health insurance offered by the government. Essentially, it's saying that the government cannot mandate, cannot force us to become slaves by forcing us to buy a product, which in this case is health insurance. And I commend State Representative Matt Baker for his efforts in our behalf. What really hurts is that the major media and even the Republicans themselves have not addressed the fact that this new health bill is mandatory. They use smokescreens of federally funded abortions, whether there's a public option or not. The point of the matter is, the big issue is that it's mandatory. And the man who was pushing this down our throats, Mr. Obama, when he was running for office, said that he was against mandatory health insurance. He said he was unlike Hillary Clinton. He said he was against mandatory health insurance. But now the same man who said he was against mandatory health insurance, and he said he was going to do a lot of other things, has basically decided to force us to buy this health plan. Otherwise, he's going to fine us. And otherwise, if we don't pay the fine, we will go to jail. We'll be arrested and go to jail. They'll come for us in the middle of the night. And if you resist arrest, you'll probably be shot. So this is no veil threat. This is what they're promising to do. And they have used the abortion issue, and all the pro-life people, God bless them all, have been suckered in to make this the major issue. Once they get that out, they're going to be satisfied. The people who were against the public option, once they take that out, they're going to be satisfied. The point is, we do not have supply and demand, the whole basis of this nation. Our politicians are so corrupt, it's unbelievable what these people are being paid to do. It's disgusting, and we have to help State Representative Matt Baker really push this and get this into the headlines, because this is like the Alamo, and other states are trying to do this, but this is a phenomenal bill that he's trying to get through with a lot of support from a lot of other good people. So it's my hope that you will see what this whole scam is all about, the government trying to force us to buy a product, and if we don't buy the product of their choosing, we're going to be in deep doo-doo. And the point of the matter is, a lot of you people out there really think that your insurance policy is okay. No, it's up to them to decide if it's okay. They can basically end that right now. Once again, Obamacare is health care at gunpoint. What can't you understand about this? It is a forced attempt at the threat of fines, taxes, whatever. You're going to have to deal with the IRS, and if you don't respond to the IRS, eventually they're going to put you in jail. You're going to go to court. They're going to take everything you own, all because you want to spend your money on healthy food and alternative health care, and you don't want to buy into a system which leaves Americans 40th in terms of longevity. There are 39 other major countries where they live longer than they do in the United States. Does that tell you anything, folks? Does that tell you anything? Look at this swine flu virus thing, which was just blown out of proportions, and they wanted to make money on all these vaccinations, which are killing us. You really have to fight this mandatory health insurance bill with everything that you have, because it is evil, it is sinister, it is unconstitutional. I have lost friends over this issue, and when it comes to the U.S. Constitution, which hundreds of thousands of people have died for, to protect our rights as citizens, in which all the congressmen and senators who voted for mandatory health insurance insulted the U.S. Constitution and our founding fathers. Our founding fathers based the whole premise of our freedoms that they were God-given. They were God-given. They were not given by some king or some president. They were given by God, and it's up to the senators like Specter and Casey and Congressman Carney and all the rest of them who voted for this bill to really look themselves in the mirror and say, what the hell have I done? Because it's an affront. It's a total affront to the founding fathers, the Constitution. Everything supposedly they say they are for. They are fake phonies, and they should be voted out of office. And we cannot tolerate elected officials who would force us to do something against the U.S. Constitution and do everything they can to get around the U.S. Constitution. This is sick and disgusting. God bless America and put up the good fight, and God bless you, Matt Baker. You're really one hell of a guy. Thanks a million.